Yo, 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 yo. You know what time it is, man. It's been a while since we've done our traditional podcast in this format. It's refreshing. So, you know what time it is, man. It's episode number 208 of the MK podcast. At least in this layout. We're probably way further at this point with the TikTok live version. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Kane, and then I'm going to get into this topic. And Kane will his will be.
You already know what time it is, man. We back here to serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. So just got out the pound and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, make sure y'all grab y'all snacks, y'all drinks, y'all weed, whatever the fuck the case may be, and we finna jump into this B hatch.
Cringe. Speaking of cringe, the king of cringe is what he self-proclaimed as, and I'm making fun of him. Henry Cejudo was one of the many fighters that had a very unfortunate result this past weekend at UFC 298, along with Alexander Volkanovski. But for right now, we're going to focus more so on Henry Cejudo, man. Went from double champ to a potential double retirement. It's very unfortunate. But when you sit back and you watch that fight he had with Marab, in the first round, it really looked like Cejudo had it going. And then in the second round, he looked exactly how old he is, 37. He started, getting tired. And just imagine being the youngest Olympic gold medalist, the youngest collegiate, national all-star wrestler in America, and getting gold at the Olympics, doing all this, being a double champ in the UFC. You, Conor McGregor, Daniel Cormier, and I think Amanda Nunes are the only ones to ever be double champ status. Just imagine having that much of a legacy and it just being tarnished, and Marab picking you up like a baby and carrying you around while Mark Zuckerberg is laughing at you. Talk about humiliation. And I heard more about the situation today that Henry Cejudo, initially in 2020, he won the second title. And once he won the second title, he retired in the ring, which is something that Dana White does not like. And when he retired in the ring, this was during COVID. This was their first event during COVID. People didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't know how they were going to get money. And Henry Cejudo won the title, and right in front of Dana White, retired and vacated 2 belts. So he gave up 2 championships in 2 different divisions, left 2 different divisions in shambles, and said he was retiring. And then at the post-conference, said he'll come back if they get more money. So it wasn't about retiring. He was trying to use it as a power leverage. So he pretty much spit in Dana White's face and said, I'm retiring, but actually, no, I'm not. I just want you to pay me more money. Fast forward 3 years later, he comes back, and Dana White has a bitter taste in his mouth, but he gives Henry Cejudo a title shot against Aljo. He loses against Aljamain Sterling. Then he ends up fighting Marab, Aljo's best friend. And he loses to Marab. And in both fights, he took his gloves off once again. And Dana White did not allow him to get on a mic and do a retirement speech because he just said last night or 2 nights ago, I don't really care about Henry Cejudo retirement speech. He already had his moment. You see how he did us? So Dana White, don't forget shit, bro. You could be double champ, Olympic gold medalist, all of that. But if you cross Dana White, he's going to get his get back. So, it's very unfortunate for Henry Cejudo and Marab. Credit to Marab, bro. I just found out that before the fight, him and Aljo in the backstage did 3 2-minute rounds just fighting each other before he even got out there and fought Cejudo. That is insane, bro. And having Aljamain Sterling in your corner is a cheat code. And shout out to Aljo and Marab. Marab is now on a 10-fight winning streak. He's a clear contender now to fight Sean O'Malley. You know what I'm saying? And he waited. He could have been fought for the title, but he waited because he didn't want to fight his bro Aljo. He waited, bro. He sacrificed money, fame, all that. And now look at him. He's getting embraced by Mark Zuckerberg. His best friend is in his corner, no longer the champion, but he's in another division trying to get a title. It's just like a true definition of a brotherhood. And so many people ridiculed them and talked down about them, saying that they were cringy and that they were being goofy in this, but they stood on loyalty. So shout out to Marab, bro. But what do you have to say about, Henry Cejudo's unfortunate circumstances currently? I mean, he still hasn't spoke since. And also, what do you have to say about Rob and then Rob and Aljo's brotherhood?
First off, I don't know if you can do anything to fix it or not, but your mic does a little twitchy like sound or whatever that it does. But no man, Henry Cejudo. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, he did what he did to try and get more money out of the UFC or whatever, and it didn't go the way he thought it would, and that's that. At the end of the day, like you said, Dana White don't give two shits. So Henry Cejudo, he really don't have nobody else to blame but himself for fucking that part up for himself. But it's crazy, man. You double champ, you cross a person who literally practically made the sport, and it's just like I mean, like, what do you expect though? At the end of the day, so it's unfortunate circumstances, but it's also unfortunate actions that end up with unfortunate consequences at the end of the day. That's really all that it comes down to. Now, as far as your boy Marab, he, I mean, it's like I was saying earlier, man. People will talk down on you. People will talk down on you. They'll downplay you. They'll say that you're this, you're that, or you ain't this, and you ain't that. And that's just part of life, bro. Now look at him. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's uh, networking, quote unquote networking. I'll say because I'm not sure if like they actually got in touch with each other afterwards, but he's quote unquote networking with your boy Zuckerberg, and so yeah, man, he's doing what he's doing. He's living his life, and you can't be mad at him. It's just the only way you could be mad at somebody living their life is if you're jealous of them living their life. Like, let's be real, bro. Only people who get mad at other people for living their life are those who are jealous that they're not living that same life. They don't have the money that they have. They don't have the clout that they have, the attention. They don't have the drive that they have to do anything. So, yeah, man, people are always going to down talk and downplay everything that you do whenever you're on the come up. Um, yeah, that's just how it is. As far as Henry Cejudo being carried over there to Mark Zuckerberg, that shit had me crying when I saw that shit. I said, ain't no way in hell. This boy got carried over there and then slammed and then ground and pounded in front of Mark Zuckerberg. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, if I got picked up and carried over in front of somebody like that and I got slammed and started getting pounded on like that, I'd be ready to crash out because like that was a pure humiliation tactic right there, and it worked, I guess you could say. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I would not have let that slide at all. I would have got back up and just probably started swinging. I would have been so pissed if that was me.
What about Aljo and Rob's brotherhood?
What was it that you said about them?
Boy, you better pay attention. Rob is now on a 10-fight winning streak. He could have been fought for the title. But at the time, Aljo was the champion, and they're in the same division. And since they're brothers, Marab literally did not go and fight for the title. And Dana White did not like that at all. But just so he could be a stand-up brother and be loyal and respectful, he never challenged for the title until Aljo left the division. So now Aljo left the division, and Aljo's in his corner, and Aljo's supporting him. And now Aljo's going up to 145, and he's going to be fighting UFC 300. And then also, they got such a bond. Before that fight, when Marab went out and fought Cejudo, literally before he walked out to his entrance music, he was fucking over there fighting Aljo in the back. They did 3 2-minute fucking rounds, just going crazy, fighting each other before he even walked up there to fight Cejudo.
That's insane. I remember reading something about him back there in backstage, going fighting basically mini UFC fights, mini UFC rounds. That right there is a whole nother level of straight discipline, straight that's like a whole different gas tank right there. That's crazy. I don't think even I could do something like that. Even if I trained for it, I would be like damn near low battery type shit by the time I got to the ring. Um, as far as the other stuff that you said, a lot of people don't understand when you stay loyal to your homeboys. Eventually, you gonna get your spot eventually, whether that's what you're in it for or not. And clearly he ended up getting his spot in the spotlight. He got his time in the spotlight. It's just like Charleston and Dewberry. Look at them, Dewberry. been following Charleston, been riding with him, been doing everything that he and Charleston do. And now look, so he did the same thing. A lot of people, they get so greedy. They want the spotlight so much, so quick. They're quick to turn on their homeboys. They're quick to turn on their brothers, their family, whatever the case may be, just to get that spotlight. But when you following and you doing what you're supposed to do, eventually it's going to come to you too. It's just a matter of time. You got to have patience. Everybody, don't matter when, don't matter where, everybody at some point gets their time in the spotlight, and that's 100% facts. And he understood that. That's why he did what he did. That's why he didn't challenge what's his face. That's why he let his homeboy have all that, and then he got it afterwards. And that's just how it is, bro. You gotta remain patient. You gotta remain loyal, because no matter what. And then also, if it's the other way around, you got to be the one to bring your homeboys up too if they've been loyal to you the same way. And that's just 100% facts.
Yeah. So with that being said, you got any quick topics you want to cover some ground on before we get up out of here?
Yeah, no, man. I'm gonna say this real quick: is that in this society, as a dude, as a man, it's important that you keep yourself in check, that you keep your emotions in check, your feelings, whatever the case may be. Because let me tell you something. Boy, I done watched some dumbass shit unfold today at the damn store. Like, some stupid shit over the smallest fucking thing, man. These two dudes, they started fighting over a fucking piece of technology. Like, legit fucking fighting. Like, hands-on, tackling each other, fucking shoving each other into a bunch of shit in the store, fighting over a damn piece of technology. So this is what I'm saying. As a man, if you don't got your emotions and your feelings in check and you just ready to crash out any at all time, it's detriment to your own health. You putting your own self at risk. Because let me tell you something, the person that you might end up crashing out on probably ain't going to have nothing else left to lose. And guess what? He might end up taking your life away. He going to do a lot of time in prison, but guess what? He don't give a fuck because he don't got nothing else to lose. So keep yourself in check, and that's important.
Facts, man. I'm sitting over here and laughing my ass off hearing you describe how goofy these boys be. I mean, it don't even just happen in the store. It could happen on the basketball court. You sitting here mad about a motherfucker running up and down the court about a ball or about a video game, and next thing you know, you're in prison or out on the ground. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. So get out of your feelings and get some millions. So with that being said, we're going to keep doing what we do. Finna pass the mic over to Kenny and then say what you got to say. And then we're going to let this outro play. And then we're going to get up out of here. You already know the Game Serve Elevation Show will be taking place in T-minus 59 minutes, bitch.
Yeah, make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else. Y'all know. With that being said, I'm getting the fuck on out of here. Deuces.
You're never going to be a good man or good at being a man without pain and suffering. You're going to have to go through a bunch of shit. The correct mental model for men to have is a degree of stoicism and not to be too concerned with even how they feel. If I woke up today happy, I would have done this interview with you. If I woke up today sad, I would have done this interview with you. What's the difference? Why put so much importance on my emotion if certain things must be done? I must work, I must train. I've got things to do. So why are we going to sit around and talk about how I feel if it doesn't even affect how I act? And as a man, it shouldn't, because there's too much to do. And the masculine world is hyper-competitive. So if you're competing against every other man for every dollar you make, every girl you see, the house you live in, the car you drive, the life you live, you're not going to be able to compete with the person who performs regardless of how they feel if you only compete when you feel like competing.
Peace.
Deuces.